What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. We're back, all three of us, once again. Geek's in a new setup. I'm sort of in a new setup, and Miller's...
Still in the basement.
He's the same old Miller. He's the same Miller that we know.
Change is terrifying.
So today we are going to, now that we are midway through the NFL season, we're going to give you guys our Midseason Award Picks. Then we're going to hop into the usual. We're going to talk about Week 9, break it down game by game, talk about all the games that happened. And then we are going to go right into our Week 10 picks. And, of course, we'll give you the picks, leaderboard, and the Fantasy League update. But before we get into all that, gentlemen, what are we doing?
I'm doing all right.
And that's it this week? That's all you got?
I don't know, man. It's been a busy week.
No elaboration. No nothing.
Sorry, I don't want to recount my tales of dealing with student admissions and class selection.
Hey, told us about that pre-show.
There are a couple of those tales that were pretty funny, though. It was pretty incredible.
They were.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need a private YouTube channel, or like a secondary YouTube that's just for the pre-show, where we just sit here and ramble for 20 minutes.
What we need is a Twitter account called Out of Context Run the North, which is just clips of us
me saying weird shit,
outlandish things. Yeah, there was that one episode where Miller probably would have had 7 clips in one episode. Those are the things he said. But
fair.
I will say one thing I can attest to. I got back into Smash Bros this week. Fantastic game.
I like Smash Bros a lot. I've been playing that quite a bit.
I sold my Nintendo Switch, so
that's unfortunate. Jake, dude, you should give me your friend code so we can play Smash sometime.
Dude, we should definitely play
Unfortunate.
Smash.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. All I did was play Breath of the Wild, and then I never touched it again, so I figured, money. Cool.
Don't worry, the Zelda live-action movie will save us.
Oh, God, no.
I forgot that got announced there.
Wait, no.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Link. I'm so excited.
No.
Wait, do we know who's playing it?
That can't be real. Okay.
So.
I was like, no.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson to be Link.
No.
I just really want Dwayne The Rock Johnson to be Link.
I want Dwayne The Rock Johnson to stop being in movies. I'm so sick of him.
I can't wait for the part of the movie where Link goes, wow, this really is the Legend of Zelda.
Oh my God. I hate it here. I'm doing okay. I've been building a room for a week, and then in the last 48 hours, I have played 22 hours of Fortnite.
In a different room, right? You just redid your current one?
Yeah, so my setup used to be over there, and now it's over here. I kind of moved everything around.
You made fun of me for moving my desk 4 inches, and that's all you did too.
Okay, but you'll see in the vlog how much I did. I built a closet, put up all these shelves, repainted everything. Like, this room is different.
This legitimately took me 3 minutes. I just flipped the positions of 2 things in my room, and now I'm here.
Yeah, mine took me a week.
No more Rogers Fathead behind me. Now it's just the dartboard and a smaller picture.
What happened to the Rogers Fathead? Oh, it's still there. It's just hidden behind the lamp.
It's right there, but it's on the other wall.
Yeah, okay.
I can't get it down. I don't think Fatheads come off. So even if I don't know what to do.
They do,
he's always gonna be
but
here.
you're gonna have to, do some wall repair.
It's gonna be a Run the North stream where I take a sledgehammer to the wall.
I mean, if you just want to put up some new drywall, that's pretty sick too. I'm down to watch that.
But yeah, like I said, we're gonna open the show talking about.
Hold on, before I move on, can I say one thing?
Yes.
I just wanted to point out I just 3-stocked a level 9 CPU on Smash.
Jesus Christ!
You can't see, but I'm a K Rool main.
So am I. That's crazy.
Hell yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
K Rool and Pokemon Trainer. Those are my 2 go-tos.
I'm a K Rool and Sonic guy myself. Those are the 2.
You would play Sonic.
Yeah, everybody who I've ever told that has said those exact words. I don't know how I feel about it.
No, Pokemon Trainer is probably like my main, but I've been getting back into playing K Rool a bit more, and he's fun.
Yeah, no, he is. I like him a lot. But yeah, we got a loaded show, so we'll hop right into it. Talking about, of course, our Midseason Award Picks, now that we are officially over halfway through the season, because it was this past Sunday. Here we go. We have not told each other our picks. We have not told each other.
Important caveat. These are not who we think will win. These are who we would give the awards to.
Yep.
Very important caveat.
If we were the voters, this is who our first place vote would be going to.
Yes.
All right. Let's start off with Coach of the Year. We'll start from the bottom and kind of work our way up. Coach of the Year. You guys may have seen my tweet. If you haven't, you don't know who I'm picking. So can I go first?
Yeah.
My pick for Coach of the Year is Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is my pick for Coach of the Year. Not only because of what did against the Falcons this past week, which may have been more Josh Dobbs than him, but also, you got to have a good enough game plan. That was good. And they were moving the ball with Jaren Hall too, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The Vikings probably shouldn't be. What are they, 4-4?
5-4.
It probably shouldn't be 5-4 if we're all being honest. Even Geek might admit that, but they are, and a big part of that is because Kevin O'Connell not only probably was a big part in the hiring of Brian Flores, which has been a huge help, and Kevin O'Connell is maybe just a good head coach. Who knows? There's a lot of good options. I think D'Amico Ryan should be up there. I think Dan Campbell's probably up there, but ultimately I went with KOC.
I'm just going to go because I have the same pick, so I'm going to wait and let Miller be different in a moment. Maybe. But yeah, I'm going KOC. Your team started out 1-4. You're now 5-4. You lost your starting quarterback and are still winning games. The best receiver in football has been out for 4 games, and you've won every game without him. That's actually pretty impressive. What they've been able to do is just really kind of wild. I don't really understand. It makes sense. We all sat here on this podcast for the first 5 weeks of the season while they were 1-4, and it was like, if they get rid of the turnovers and clean up a few things, they can be one of those teams. But, the minute you lost Kirk, you kind of thought it was all over. And the whole Josh Dobbs thing, I watched KOC do an interview on the Pat McAfee show. He was giving most of the credit to Dobbs too, but he actually was every play doing the Sean McVay, Jared Goff thing, where he'd call the play, and then as Dobbs is going up to the line, he's relaying, okay, so Jordan Addison's running a post on this play, and Hawkinson's going right over the middle right here, and the defense is lined up like this, so your first look should be KJ here. And then it would cut off, and it's all Dobbs from there. But, he was walking him through, this is what's happening on this play. Here's how you do it. Go make something happen. So, I don't know. KOC's been incredible. I think he should have been Coach of the Year last year. So, if they keep up winning games, he'll probably get it this year.
Yeah, so I came into this with 2 picks, and since Jake already mentioned one of the 2 that I had, I'm going to go with the other one because that's kind of what I was hoping would happen because I wanted both of them to get mentioned. KOC wasn't it, by the way. I do like the KOC pick. I just knew Geek would pick him, so I didn't even consider because my goal, I didn't want to overlap with anybody. I want to, I'm not trying to be different, but I also want to provide different standpoints. I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs right now. Kenny Pickett's 29th in EPA per play. Your starting running backs averaging less than 4 yards per carry. Your offensive line is terrible. Your defense, it's Pittsburgh's defense. It's going to be good, but it hasn't been insane. It hasn't been a world-beating defense. Yet the Steelers still have a positive record. They're competing in a very, very competitive and very intense AFC North. And I saw also, obviously this won't, actually no, it will help because we all know these awards are very narrative based. Mike Tomlin has never won Coach of the Year. Not only that, Mike Tomlin has never finished top 5 in voting in Coach of the Year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I was just reading an ESPN article about it this morning. Mike Tomlin deserves to win it at some point. And I'm not saying you make this a substitute for all the years that he's missed out, but if he continues on this track and he has that narrative going for him, it's the perfect storm. And this is coming from somebody who fucking hates Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
to
but
me,
Mike
like,
Tomlin's the GOAT, so it's okay.
I like Tomlin. Fuck
to
Pittsburgh.
me,
I
like
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin's in a pretty in a similar situation to like Joel Embiid and like
Fair.
Garrett, where like they've always been somebody who has been in the conversation for their respective awards, but have never been like the guy. I don't know if
Very
Tomlin's the
Drew
guy this
Brees.
year,
Fair.
especially with all the
Well,
exciting new coaches like Steichen and
right.
Ryan.
And
But
to
yeah,
that point, D'Amico was the other name that I had written down. So
I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be consensus on this one. Defensive Rookie of the Year. My pick, number 98 in Philadelphia, Jalen Carter. I know that it's a boring pick, but it's also the right one. I mean, Jalen Carter is, I think in my eyes, a defensive rookie of the year. I understand he works on a very productive defensive line, but he's been one of the most productive defensive rookies. With Gonzalez out, Witherspoon has been good. I don't think he's been that good. He's 6th in the league in sacks among DTs, insane pressure rate. He's been in my mind the most impressive defensive rookie post Christian Gonzalez, and I understand he plays on a talented defensive line, but so did Jordan Davis, and Jordan Davis is good, but like Jalen Carter came right out of the gate and swinging. So yeah, I know it's the boring pick, but I am going to take Jalen Carter.
Go ahead, Miller. I'm trying to come up with something fun.
Spoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vaughn Witherspoon, baby. He has been awesome this year. I know he just had that play where he got his ankles fucking snatched by Zay Flowers, but like outside of that, he has been incredible. He's been consistent. He's been able to play multiple different positions on Seattle's defense, which is something you never see a rookie asked to do. He's been awesome. And more importantly, he's not Jalen Carter, because that's the boring pick. So I'm so sad that Christian Gonzalez is hurt. I really am. It breaks my heart because he was running away with defensive rookie of the year.
If he was
before
still
he got
healthy,
hurt.
would be consensus.
Yeah, absolutely. He was running away with it early on. Fucking injuries. So I'll go with the second best corner in the draft, in Devon Witherspoon. Also, actually, I'll wait to give my shout out because Geek might be based and take my other.
I don't know if I'm gonna go Brian Branch.
Okay, that wasn't the base pick, but Brian Branch is still a differently based pick.
I know he's
basic.
not gonna win because he's a safety and the NFL doesn't give a fuck about those.
But remember, we're giving these awards,
right?
not the NFL.
And I love me a good safety, and Brian Branch has been really good. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to be different because I was gonna go with Jalen Carter also, so I had to think about it. And as much as I wanted to say Ivan Pace, that just feels gross, and I can't pick every award to be a Viking. I just can't. Feels wrong. So Brian Branch.
Shout out to Byron Young as well.
Valid. Oh yeah, that's valid for sure.
And Kobe Turner.
Yep.
Yeah. My boy Kobe, but Byron Young, he has 5 sacks and 20 pressures, which is number 1 among rookies in sacks. I think second among rookies in pressures. And he's been hooping on a Rams defense that was completely torn down and is being rebuilt from the ground up.
I forget.
So I don't know how much they care about narratives when it comes to the rookie awards, but Byron Young has a nice one.
Which Byron Young is it? Tennessee.
Edge from the Rams. He would have been Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Yeah,
I would figure out which was the good one.
Bama Byron Young was a defensive tackle. Was he a nose? He was a defensive tackle. I can't remember if he was a nose or not.
But okay. This one, if we're not consensus, we'll have to have a serious conversation. But offensive rookie of the year. He's gonna I know what Miller. Oh man. I know what Miller's gonna do.
Got to be different.
I am going to go with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud. I mean, the guy's insane. He's probably a top 10 quarterback already in his career. Guy's crazy. no reason not to pick him. I mean, 470 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns as a rookie is just insane. He's super poised. He's sharp. He's accurate. He's making good decisions. Only 1 interception to, like, I think 14 touchdowns. He's having arguably the best quarterback season in the NFL, period, this year, outside, like, Lamar. So, like, yeah, it's insane. He's doing all this as a rookie. So I could be different because I actually, before when I was first writing the tweet, I did write Puka. I thought about it more, but yeah, I'm gonna take Stroud.
I hate it. I wish Bajan. He's so good, but you can't give him the award, man. You can't. No. So it's again, I mean, Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison deserve, like, hello, you've been incredible, but it's CJ Stroud, dude. I'm so happy about it. My QB1 is doing QB1 things, and I love it. CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I'm going to say Puka.
Fair.
I love Puka. Like, listen, Stroud has been incredible, don't get me wrong. But I am sick and tired of all these fancy quarterbacks and their passing yards stealing awards from fantastic rookie receivers. All right? So where they have failed in the past, I refuse to do.
That's fair, but
Puka has been awesome. Listen, among rookies, this dude has, where was it at? I had 827 receiving yards, which is almost 300 more than the next guy, Jordan Addison, who's the only other rookie receiver with 500 yards. He's within 10 yards of the rookie receiving record for 5th-round picks, and will probably continue on that. He'll probably have 1,000-plus yard season. The only issue with him is he hasn't found the end zone, but he's playing with backup quarterbacks most of the time, and the Rams just aren't scoring. But the dude, like, just watching him, it is insane how quickly he's become one of those guys that's just open. So, and it's not like, you know, he's just beating guys downfield. It's just he's so smart and he's so savvy and he has such incredible instincts and spatial awareness. I'm just blown away by what Puka brings to the table. Like, yeah, realistically, CJ Stroud's the best rookie in football right now. I got to give Puka his flowers. He has been absurd all season long. Slight drop off in production when Kupp came back, whatever. Still absurd as a rookie.
That's fair. My whole thing is just, I don't know. He's not going to end up having a better year than Jamar or Justin Jefferson did. And CJ Stroud's going to have a better rookie year than either of the quarterbacks that beat him. So
yeah, that's
the only reason I'm giving it to Stroud, is just like, he's probably going to have the greatest rookie year of all time for a quarterback. And
yeah, and like I said, in real life, Stroud will most likely quite easily unanimously win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But I'll be that one guy in Puka's corner, god damn it.
No, that's fair.
No disrespect to Stroud, though.
Yeah, fair. All right.
Also, shout out to Darnell Wright.
This guy with his offensive shout out Hunter Lipke.
The Cowboys won't use him right, so I can't shout him out, unfortunately.
I don't know what's going on with Jakey boy. I'm gonna fill the dead air while we wait for him to correct. You back?
Jake. You moved.
I'm just here.
Okay.
No, it froze. You weren't existing.
Okay.
So go ahead and redo whatever you said.
That's a player of the year. That's a player of the year. That's the next award we're doing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let somebody else go first this time.
I'm gonna be biased. I have to be.
One of you two can take.
It's Danielle Hunter. I'm giving it to Danielle. Leads the league in tackles for loss and sacks. Like, dude's been absolutely insane on a Vikings defense that is very much improved. And there's not really an award to give to Brian Flores, so I kind of think this will also be like that, you know? Like, look what Brian Flores did.
You an assistant coach of the year?
Yeah, nobody cares though.
I mean, yeah, but they still hand it out.
I know. I'm just narrative purposes. It's like this guy who was like not the best under Ed Donatel last year. This whole defense has flipped.
Sure.
He's now leading the league in this many categories, like narratively, and I think just obviously on the field play wise. I'm going with Daniil, which I'm so happy about, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing. All right. Much love to Max Crosby. Much love to Myles Garrett. I'm sick and tired of these edge rushers taking all the glory. Number 54 in San Francisco is my defensive player of the year, Fred Warner. He is the best non-defensive lineman defensive player in football. He is absolutely incredible. I stand on that statement. I stand by it heavily. The best non-defensive lineman defensive player in football. He has been absolutely incredible for the 49ers. What he does for their defense cannot be understated, cannot be replicated by another linebacker that's currently in the league. And I don't think there's a bigger gap between 1 and 2 at a position group than Fred Warner and whoever's the second best off-ball linebacker in football. And this year, it's been quiet, especially the last couple of weeks, because the 49ers have, kind of teetered off and been a little disappointing. But Fred Warner is incredible. He's absolutely incredible. And I think he's having an awesome season. And he has no shot at winning it in real life. So I'm giving him his flowers here. Fred Warner would be my defensive player of the year.
Fair enough.
Okay. Ho, 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 ho. I am going to go with... Yeah, screw it. Micah Parsons is my pick for Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
Micah Parsons is my guy. It's either him or Max Crosby in my eyes. Max Crosby has been absolutely dominant this year.
Yeah.
Micah has been too. Those two, Max Crosby, I don't know. I wrote down Myles Garrett originally. But he's kind of a mainstream pick. But I don't know. Garrett seems so due, and he's having a really good year. But yeah, Micah Parsons is my pick officially. Yeah, dude's been fantastic this year. Oh, yeah. All right. Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, I know exactly who I'm cooking up, but yeah.
Miller,
Why don't you go? You look mischievous.
Arthur Juan Brown Sr. of the Philadelphia Eagles is who I'm going with. Listen, much love to Tyreek. Statistically speaking, he's obviously the best offensive player in football right now. One of you guys are going to go with him for this award or the next one. So I'm going with A.J. Brown, who has been, in my opinion, the second best receiver in football this year. Granted, that's because the guy who's actually the best receiver in football has been hurt the last couple weeks. But for this season and this season only, performance-wise, A.J. Brown has been the second best receiver in football. He's been absolutely incredible. Despite some of the issues that Jalen Hurts had early on, he was able to uplift him out of that. He has been the main benefactor of how incredible the Eagles' offense has been this year. And he had that streak of 125-yard games. It was, 4 or 5 straight? And that's nearly as impressive, if not just as impressive, as Tyreek Hill hitting 1,000 yards halfway through the year. So I'm going with A.J. Brown solely because shut up. Solely because I know one of you guys are going to go with Tyreek Hill.
Did you see A.J. Brown's tweet about how his nephew's favorite player is Justin Jefferson? Better hope Jay Jettas is going to buy you a
candidacy. That tweet goes into his voting.
Yeah, it's incredible. Jay Jettas he's your favorite player? He better get you something for Christmas, because I'm not. Fucking incredible. I love A.J. Brown. Yeah. I have no idea who I want to pick for this. I'm not gonna lie. I want to pick a running back. There isn't one. I'm just gonna go Tyreek. I don't care. There's not a running back I'm confident in right now. So I'm gonna go Tyreek because he's been awesome, and that's all I know. There's not
Okay.
much more to say about Tyreek. He has 1,000 yards in like 4 games. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I am gonna pick a running back.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
McCaffrey is on pace for 1,296 rushing yards alone. Receiving, I don't know, but I'm assuming that gets him close to 2,000 total. Got 9 touchdowns. He has 15 or 16 straight games with a touchdown at this point. It's crazy. The dude is like 9 touchdowns in not even 9 games because they had a bye. So 9 touchdowns in 8 games so far this year. That puts him on pace for 19 if he keeps it up. So like, dude, if he's on pace for 19 touchdowns and close to 2,000 total yards, I don't know how you say no to him. So I'm gonna give it to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair.
All right, the big one. I fear we may be in consensus about this one.
Nope.
I'm positive me and Jake are.
MVP.
I'm not.
It's Lamar.
Yeah, sure.
It's Lamar. Give him number 2. He's been incredible. I'd argue at this point probably the best quarterback in football this year. Like, he's been awesome. And so I'm giving it to 8.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Give him a second. He'll get, not only will he be getting a Super Bowl ring, he'll also be getting his second MVP. So he's going to cement himself as one of not only the most accoladed, but one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the NFL this year. So, yeah.
I'd
Miller,
like to
you
put out
different?
there, yes. I'd like to put out there that my real pick is Alec Ingold. As Tyreek Hill pointed out, he is the most valuable player in the NFL right now. However, I'm going with Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh, okay.
Jake already made most of the argument statistically. On pace for almost 2,000 yards, on pace for like 20 touchdowns. He's been awesome. I'm going to say this right now. When the 49ers, not if, when the 49ers start to dig themselves out of this hole, it's going to be on the back of Christian McCaffrey. And on top of that, none of the quarterbacks this year outside of Lamar have been like world beating. Everyone's had their bad moments. Everyone's had their bad games. Everyone's had their weaknesses. Mahomes has had bad games. Tua's had bad games. Justin Herbert's had bad games. Josh Allen's had bad games. Lamar Jackson, I love. Statistically, he's like not as insane as you'd expect. And unfortunately, stats do play into MVP talks. So when you have a running back that's on pace for 2,000 scrimmage yards and 20 touchdowns, he has this insane touchdown streak. He's in the Shanahan offense where he is the focal point. And all the quarterbacks, the guys who would normally get this type of hype, are having down years. This would be the perfect year for a running back to slither his way on in there. So I'm going with McCaffrey.
I would also like to give a shout out to who my pick was 2 weeks ago. That would be Kirk Cousins, pre-Achilles tear. He was playing incredible football. But he obviously can't win because he only played 7 games. But Cuzzo was definitely at the top of the leaderboard there for a while.
Yeah, Kirk was playing the football of his career.
Yeah, 100%. It was devastating. I cried.
Yeah, no. Those are our mid-season award picks. So, that being said, let's hop right into breaking down Week 9 of NFL games. Thursday Night Football, Steelers 20, Titans 16. Okay. Listen, Jake, Fox Sports, have a declaration to make. I was wrong about Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett is not a good NFL quarterback, and I don't think he ever will be. I can't blame Matt Canada for much longer. I can't keep doing this. So I just want to start off this game by saying I'm sorry, all you Kenny Pickett haters. You may have been right. I still think he's better than Mr. Trubisky. I still think he's better than Mr. Trubisky.
To be fair, saying that any quarterback is better than Mitch Trubisky is like saying that you can run faster than.
I know, it's just
there, so.
Yeah, I know
That's going
it's
a little
just
nuts.
one of the best pieces of content on this show is in one of the earlier episodes when you and Geek got into a really heated argument about this too.
All right. I would also like to make a declaration.
Go for it.
Miller Football, was right about Najee Harris. He fucking sucks.
True.
He's terrible at football. And Jalen Warren is the best running back in Pittsburgh.
I would like to make a declaration. I was right about both of those things. Both Kenny Pickett and Najee Harris suck. I saw this coming from a mile away. I'm glad you guys are finally with me. It's nice to have you here. Cheers.
Calvin Austin averaged more yards per carry than Najee Harris did in this game.
Najee's averaging 3.8 on the season.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Jalen Warren.
Najee Harris is a 240-pound power back that is afraid of defensive football
he's
players.
not a power back, though. He's a slow, elusive back. Bro thinks he's Adrian Peterson.
Yes.
He's also well, Jalen Warren's also just a straight up better receiving threat than Najee is as well. And so I don't see the reason not for 11 carries for 88 yards. He averaged 8 yards a carry on Thursday night.
He's more physical. He's faster. He's a better pass catcher. He's a better blocker. He's more aggressive. He has better vision. There is not a single thing that Najee Harris does better than Jalen Warren, except be drafted higher, so therefore Pittsburgh has to cater to him until his rookie contract is up because they can't admit they were wrong.
So, I got to hit you with this real quick. Deontay Johnson caught his first touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett this week, which is the wildest thing to say. It's been over a year, and the best receiver on this team just now is getting a touchdown pass. That's tough.
Yeah.
Also, stop with the free George Pickens shit. If he wanted to touchdown that game, maybe he should have got his foot inbounds within 10 yards that he strode.
That was weird.
The George Pickens thing is objectively hilarious.
George Pickens is objectively overrated.
Yeah. Listen, straight up, I don't think it's possible for Pittsburgh to have a normal receiver. There's always Deontay's normal personality-wise, but his defect is he doesn't fucking score.
That's not his fault.
Even if it's not his fault, it's still a weird conundrum that they are currently dealing with.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Listen, if you wanted to be more specific, I'll put it this way. Pittsburgh always has to have at least one head case at wide receiver. At least one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you guys look at the box score right now.
I am.
I don't have it pulled up, no.
Okay, so Miller, if you had to guess, who was the Titans' leading receiver in this game?
Is it something goofy? So
Maybe slightly goofy.
It's not going to be It's not going to be Chig. Was it like Nick Westbrook Akine?
No.
It was Kyle Phillips.
Yes!
Kyle Phillips,
my glorious
68 yards. Produced D-Hop by 8 yards.
I'd like to point out.
And they had the same amount of receptions, so who's really a better receiver?
Let's go. This game fits my narrative perfectly that I had for the Titans offense, in which they cater to none of their receivers' needs except for D-Hop and Kyle Phillips. Because none of their receivers fit the offense they're currently running. It makes no sense to hire the offensive coordinator that they did. The Titans are morons. But at least they're starting Will Levis over Ryan Tannehill now.
Yeah, Will Levis is pretty good.
Yes, that was confirmed today. Mike Vrabel confirmed it today in a presser. Yeah.
Didn't know.
I wish they should. Ryan Tannehill's maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Malpractice if they didn't. Fire Vrabel tomorrow.
Will Levis, even if you're not all in on Will Levis, right now he deserves the starting job for the rest of the year for sure. I mean, he's better than.
If you're not all in, you got to figure that out. You can't just do nothing.
Yeah. He's better than the alternatives, i.e. Malik Willis and Ryan Tannehill. So, that's about it. The Steelers are somehow 5-3, and
because Mike Tomlin, the GOAT,
is sold to Satan.
To never be bad, but he's also never great. It's the most depressing thing of all time.
They're not going to have a good quarterback for the next 30 years.
Pittsburgh to do that. That's the punishment.
Sure. That's
he didn't sell his soul, he sold his dignity.
Yeah. basically.
The
If you woke up
Steelers-
at if you woke up at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, you got to witness the Dolphins 14, the Chiefs 21. I did not wake up at 9:30. Well, I did, but it was for different
Fun
reasons.
story.
So I was not watching this game.
I woke up, and my dad normally doesn't get up before me, but he did on Sunday, and he had the game on. I walked into his room, and as I walked into the room, Tyreek Hill fumbled the ball into Brian Cook, and he ran it back for the touchdown. That was the first thing I saw that morning. The first thing. I didn't even check my phone before that.
So I know Geek looking at the box score, but let's play this game again. Miller, if you had to guess who the leading receiver for the Chiefs was this game, who would you say it is?
Well, it wasn't Kelsey or Mecole Hardman. Was it Sky Moore?
No, it was Noah Gray.
Let's
Noah Gray
go!
was a different tight end, not named.
Don't worry.
Kelsey was the leading receiver for the Chiefs.
Kelsey had as many catches as Noah Gray, but 20 less yards.
Was Taylor at the game? This is important.
I hope not.
And that explains it.
Yeah.
If she was there, she would have dumped him.
He was not in Germany.
If he was there, he would have played good. It's like the Jordan Poole when he saw the baddies courtside. Travis Kelce sees Taylor in the box with his mom, and he's got to play up.
Dude, what are the Chiefs? Like, the Dolphins can't win in big moments. Cool. That's whatever. I don't know if I trust the Chiefs to beat anybody right now. Like, yeah, Mahomes and Andy Reid are awesome, but, like, they're not the Chiefs yet.
If they had a receiver, like a single wide receiver.
Oh, bye, Jake.
Had a single wide receiver, I would be a lot more confident in them. But they don't.
I was talking about about the Chiefs the other day on stream. If they had, like, Juju was not great, but, like, he's good at getting open and he can catch and make a play. He's like Miller left. This is incredible.
All right, I had to leave to get Jake back. But just the spinny dots.
Juju, is a real NFL wide receiver. Like, he's not great. He's not a wide receiver one, but he's like a serviceable wide receiver. Yeah. They need him. I don't know. It's so weird that they refused to try to do anything at receiver. Mecole Hardman's not it. I mean, I know it's a weird choice, but like the Eagles picking up Julio, I don't know. Chiefs pick up literally any scrap you can find somewhere at this point. Oh my God. Maybe the answer really was to sign D-Hop, though. Maybe you could have just done that. It would have been pretty easy.
Yeah, instead of paying all that money to an offensive tackle that you have to bench every week anyways because he doesn't know how to line up correctly.
Valid. Is Jake frozen for you again also?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Poor Jakey boy. Don't know what's going on with that. Anything else you want to say about Dolphins Chiefs?
I don't know, man. I just feel bad for the Dolphins. I wish they could win big games. I want them to be the NFL's darling. I want everyone to be like, wow, look at the Dolphins go. They're so good. I think they're going to be in the Super Bowl, but they can't do it.
Dude, they should be. They should be so good, but
yeah.
I don't know what happens. They face a good team and suddenly it shambles.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I was hoping getting Jalen Ramsey back would fix that. I was hoping like his energy in the locker room and just having his presence on defense would adjust things for them and really help them kind of like be the Dolphins they're supposed to be. Because the Dolphins are supposed to be the team we saw against the Broncos. That's what this team is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying 70 points every game. That's ridiculous. But high-powered offense, good defense, and just fun to watch as a whole.
Yeah.
There's no reason why the Dolphins should be playing the way they're playing.
No.
It's very unfortunate. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know about this team, man. I like Tua. Tua really does feel like early career Kirk at this exact moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what arc he needs because I thought Mike McDaniel would do for him what KOC did for Kirk, but Tua needs something, and I don't know what it is. And maybe it's just a confidence thing that maybe never comes. I don't know.
Tua has swag.
Tua has swag, but he doesn't have confidence.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
swag means nothing. Baker has swag.
Well, yeah, but I was saying he needs his like Kirk Chains arc.
Right? He does
swag, but he already has it.
But he needs the Kirk Chains arc though, because that's where Kirk got his confidence.
Mike McDaniel just needs to buy Tua a gold chain. And
I don't think Tua Chains works.
Then what do we need? What's Tua's equivalent?
I don't know. It's gonna have to be they're gonna have to figure it out. You can't just copy a different formula. It doesn't work. Let me copy your homework. I don't know. But Raheem Mostert's good at football.
Yeah, we knew that.
I should shout him out before he gets injured again.
Yeah.
That feels bad, but
Alec Ingold's better at football.
That's fair.
I love Alec Ingold. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Alec Ingold. I didn't watch him against the Chiefs because I didn't get to watch most of that game. But I'm sure he did wonderful things because that's what he does.
That's fair. I promise I'm not just being a homer. This is the next game on the docket. Vikings-Falcons.
I don't know you talking about. I didn't watch it.
Really?
No.
This game was
the Bears
fucking wild.
Bears are on. I wasn't watching the Vikings.
So the score was 31-28. Vikings win. The Falcons scored 2 touchdowns to get to 28, which is interesting. Jaron Hall was cooking until he tried to run it in for a touchdown and got his head caved in. So prayers up to him. I want to see more Jaron Hall. Like, he was actually playing great. Yeah, we both been on this, Miller. Hi, Jake. We're talking about Vikings-Falcons now. Chiefs need a receiver. Dolphins need swag. That's what we got.
Not swag, confidence.
Yeah. Jake, your mic's not working. Bro's in shambles. But Jaron Hall was cooking, and then he gets hurt.
Can't be good. In the playoffs. All right, go ahead.
Cutting out what? Try again.
Offensive frauds can't be a good team. Not going to contend in the AFC.
Yeah.
Continue.
Anything on the Chiefs?
Best team in the AFC.
No.
Maybe. Them are the Ravens.
I don't even know if the Chiefs are in second. I don't. Who can the Chiefs actually? I don't trust them to beat anybody. They're not that team.
They just beat the Dolphins and they're 7-1.
Whoop-dee, the Dolphins can't beat you if you have a record above 500. That's just the rules.
The Dolphins a good team, Geek? Yes or no? Are they a good team?
They're a team.
Question. You know they are.
Then why can't they compete with good teams? The minute they play a team that's good, they just fall apart. Their best players look like shit. I don't understand it.
They're just a little nervous.
Then you're not a good team.
It's okay, they have stage fright.
Then you're not a good team.
Listen,
all the best actors have stage fright. You can ask Jake and I. We experienced it.
And that's why you're Oscar-winning actors.
I would have been if my theater career wasn't cut short.
You could have just continued doing theater. Oh my goodness, Jake.
I could have.
No. Oh, this is shambles. This podcast is in shambles. What is going on with Jake's internet, man? Oh, goodness. Okay, back to the Vikings, because that's the game we moved to. Josh Dobbs, I don't know how he did it. Miller can talk about how bad he is all he wants, which is just false. I don't know. Miller's pretending he's the worst quarterback in football suddenly for some reason, but...
Not at all what I said. Not even close to what I said.
That's a pretty bad football for the Cardinals those last few weeks. Not that
Dude
he's the worst
played
quarterback in the NFL, but
Dude just played
some pretty bad
maybe
football.
4 good games. Let's not act like he's Ryan Fitzpatrick on steroids.
Okay.
He's had some good performances. He's a super smart quarterback, and he adapted well. He rose to the occasion. That's all fantastic. Major props to him for that. When I see him string together multiple performances that are good in a row, then we can start talking about him being a good quarterback. Until then, he's Baker Mayfield last year with the Rams.
Sick. I don't really care. I like Josh Dobbs. I still, like I said, I want to see more of Jaren Hall in the future. I love Kevin O'Connell's whole thing of like players will come back and play when they're 100% and not a minute before. I don't care. So he's like, yeah, Jaren Hall's not going to suit up this week. He's just not, because he's in concussion protocol. He's just not going to play. It's like, cool, sick, love that. Like, hate that. I want to see Jaren Hall play, but like, I just love how careful they're being with their players. So I'm sure KJ is not going to play either, because KJ Osborne also suffered a concussion. I don't know how he caught that fucking ball. It's wild. He was juggling it. Jeff Okuda pulls the biggest douchebag move of all time and specifically drives the crown of his helmet into KJ's chin. Like, full on just dove into his chin purposefully. It was incredible. And somehow KJ caught it. But I don't know. I think hell of a coaching job by Kevin O'Connell. And the defense, I know, we gave up 28 points. That looks bad. Literally 16 of them were field goals, mostly because of offensive turnovers. And we had the safety on Josh Dobbs' first play, which was rough. But it happens. At least he didn't pull a Jimmy G and run out the back of the end zone. He just got sacked, which is tough, but it happens. But also, the 0 penalty, I guess there was 1 penalty, but it was not like a actual play call penalty. It was just weird. The Vikings having only 1 penalty in a game where your quarterback doesn't know the name of his receivers is like, that's how you got to do it. You got to be perfect everywhere else if you're going to have a quarterback who's not 100% sure what he's doing. And the team stepped up, which is mostly a credit to KOC. Taylor Heineke was. I don't know, man.
Plot armor could not say.
I want Ritter back.
I want
Ritter back.
Ritter.
Give me Felipe Franks.
I think Ritter would have cost them this game and not given them a chance.
Yeah, if only Felipe Franks was still a quarterback.
True. It's official. Arthur Smith, you're done. Bad coach. Come on, dude. I don't care. His scheme can be cool. Don't care. Stop with the whole I hate fantasy football so much I have to cost my team games, because that is the only explanation. You have to just be a whiny little bitch. No, you don't deserve a job if that's how you're going to act. It's really not. Dude, you guys are in like 22 fantasy football leagues. Shut up. Like,
Based.
Tyler Algier should not be getting more carries than Bijan. Jonnu Smith should not be getting carries on the 1 yard line.
Tell me this, buddy. Between Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, which one of them has a 1,000-yard rushing season?
That's not the brag that you think it is.
And we got him.
You don't, though. Bijan's had less than a season. That's not how things work. Good
Get
God.
Better.
You guys are both turning into being as dumb as Grayson. Good job.
Get better, maybe.
Maybe just be better.
My God. But
hey, fantasy guy, who had more fantasy points this week, Bijan or Tyler Algier?
Yeah, answer me. Riddle me that.
I don't actually know.
Which one?
Oh, it was definitely Tyler Algier because Bijan had the fumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I guess he sucks and doesn't deserve to be able to.
No, it's because of Caleb Evans is the
season.
GOAT. That's the actual answer. Caleb Evans with I think that's 5 forced fumbles for Caleb Evans this year.
I've never understood why he's only one single Caleb Evans. I can't even be multiple.
Can't he be
Caleb Evans.
Yeah, why can't he be Caleb Evans?
Because that's not what his mom named him. I don't know.
Why did his mom only want one Caleb Evans?
I don't know. Why did Lil Jordan Humphrey's mom only want a Lil Jordan, not a lot of Jordan?
Because Big Jordan was already in the NBA. She couldn't get Big Jordan. He was already born. She had to get Lil Jordan. Okay,
Miller, so you didn't watch this game, so you have...
The Vikings
You have
game?
words? Yeah.
I don't know. C.J. Ham and Keith Smith probably did some cool shit.
C.J. Ham's dope. I have no clue if Keith Smith did anything.
Arthur Smith likes to put Keith Smith on the field, as he should, so I'm sure they did some cool shit.
Which is why he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can't keep defending him, man. This is ridiculous.
I'm not.
Let's talk about the Tyson Bagent show, shall we?
Oof.
It wasn't the Tyson Bagent show this week. It was the Cole Kmet show. Mr. Top 10 himself with one of the best catches of the year.
By a tight end, yeah.
By a player.
I don't know. He was immediately one-upped by both Keenan. Keenan last night had that catch that was fucking nutty.
I didn't say the best. I said one of the best.
I don't know. Jordan Addison's catch in the end there was wild. I don't know how he got 2 feet in. What?
Oh, brother.
Dude.
Anyways.
I don't like
genuinely speaking, I dare somebody to try to name 10 tight ends better than Cole Kmet. You can't do it. You can't. It's fucking awesome.
So if I was willing to make this argument, which I'm not, there is a world where he can be top 10, but still the third best tight end in the NFC North, which is just tough.
Laporta's not better than Kmet.
Not yet, but he could be.
Are you kidding me?
He could be, but he's not yet.
Right. That's why I'm saying
the only one.
I'm saying there's a world where Kmet could be top 10, but third in the NFC North, and I think that's wild.
Yeah. Speaking of third, I'd like to point out Cole Kmet right now is third all-time in receiving touchdowns by Bears tight ends. And I think
does that
that's
make him fourth
crazy.
In receiving touchdowns total?
Probably. He has 14 on his career. By the end of the season, he's almost certainly going to be second.
And he's third?
Yeah.
For tight ends.
Man.
Yeah, for tight ends. Yeah. It's Mike Ditka and I think Greg Olson's the other one ahead of him. A reminder, this is only with the Bears, too. So it's not like guys who played for the Bears and had careers. It's how many they scored with the Bears. Like Greg Olson
Jimmy
was
Graham doesn't count.
Right, and Greg Olson was kind of mid in Chicago and then got like way better in Carolina. And Mike Ditka played during the 60s. So 32 touchdowns as a tight end playing in that era is cool. But anyways, Kmet was great. My heart is shattered into a billion pieces because Kari Blasingame suffered a concussion and isn't playing this week.
Oof.
So I have nothing to live for.
Bears have officially lost this week. It's over.
And I think...
Just Kmet's playing.
Kmet's playing, yeah. And the thing that fucking I adored about this game, right? I'm not even going to talk... This is worse than Bagent turning the ball over 5 times. This is worse than whatever. Do you know what our answer was at fullback after Kari went down?
Roshan.
No.
Justin
Robert
Fields?
Tonyan.
Oh, W.
The worst blocking tight end on the team.
Big Bob Tonyan, let's go.
And when Robert Tonyan whiffed his first block, do you know what their follow-up for that was?
Run it behind him again.
Tyler Scott.
Ah.
Was 5'10", like 180 pounds. And then after Tyler Scott failed his block, they just said, fuck it, no more 21 personnel.
Fair.
And then the Bears couldn't run the ball.
It's almost like Kari is the run game.
Yeah, it's almost like you have like one of the best fullbacks in the game, and he's really fucking good.
And it's almost like you have mostly mediocre running backs.
No, the running backs are good. Respect Deontay Foreman and Roshan Johnson.
I do, but they're not. They're not elite. They're not great. They're mid-level running backs. And when you don't have Kari, it don't work.
I think Deontay Foreman is a little bit higher than a mid-level running back.
Maybe.
I would have said that, for the record, I would have said that when he was in Carolina last
I
year,
know.
too.
I like
he was
Donta.
fucking awesome. Right.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, the only thing I care about in this game is Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool?
I had flashbacks. No, speaking of Chase Claypool, Montez Sweat is living in Chase Claypool's old house, and I think that's fucking hysterical.
What? How? Why?
He's renting out Chase Claypool's old house.
From Chase Claypool? Like he's paying Chase Claypool?
Where Claypool was living, where he was renting in Chicago. Montez is now renting that same house.
How? Why?
I don't know. It just worked out. I guess Claypool went out. It was open for like 2 weeks. Montez came in there like, hey, we know a property you can live at.
hey, listen, Chase, you're looking to get into the real estate business. So no, you just got traded out of here,
But yeah, no, Montez Sweat actually looked pretty good against the Saints. He didn't have a sack, but he had he posted his highest pressure percentage and pass rush win rate of the season, which was nice. And also not having Tremaine Edmonds fucking sucked. I miss him. Please come back.
No, I thought he was bad. The internet
Whoever
says
told you
he's
he was
bad.
bad.
The internet says
the internet
he's
is
bad.
moronic. The internet doesn't know how football works.
Internet says he's bad, so he bad.
Internet sees big linebacker not laying people out every single play or making acrobatic catches. They assume he's bad.
Learn to lay people out, you loser.
He knows how to. It's just he doesn't get to because the defensive line's pretty fucking good at getting stops and against the run at least. But
Get
anyways,
faster.
Yeah. Nothing else to talk about in this game. I guess who was it? Was it Paulson Adebo that had the crazy game? No,
he had 2 picks.
Yeah. No, he was fucking everywhere. He had 2 picks and a forced fumble. Like he looked good.
Yeah, he had a good game.
So maybe Bagent isn't the guy.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
I don't know, Miller. You were ready to be hurt again. So are you hurt yet?
Listen. I love Bagent. I adore the guy. He's a backup, and that's okay. He's gonna have like a Josh McCown career arc, and that's perfectly okay. Coming from D2 and having that type of career where you're in the NFL for a long time, you're a good backup, and when needed, you can rise to the occasion and like lead an offense, not, elevate an offense, but lead it and run it the way it's meant to be run. That's fucking impressive coming from where he came from. So I like Bagent, and there's a bunch of weird Bears fans out there like, you don't want to write off Fields after 30 games, but you'll write off Bagent after 3. Like, yeah, Fields went to an actual D1 college, was drafted in the top 15 picks, and showed a ton of promise. Bagent partially executed a shitty offense and went undrafted. The standards and the expectations are far different. So,
yeah. Let's move on to the next. Oh, 1 second.
Oh no. Oh, bro's gonna get cocky about beating the fucking Rams. The Rams with Brett Rippon.
Don't care. Do not care. The Packers won a football game, baby. Let's
go. They ruined their draft position. They're one step further away from drafting a quarterback.
We don't need him. We don't need a quarterback. We got a quarterback. We got John Clifford. Don't worry. We got John Clifford.
You know what? No, Miller. See, the thing is, we want the Lions and the Bears to keep Goff and Love. We really do, because then it's Mahover for both of them forever. So,
good thing Love doesn't play for either the Bears or the Lions.
Well,
so
that's
we're good.
You know what I meant. Packers and Lions. I don't care. We want Love to stay on the Packers for the rest of all time.
So do I. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Here we go. All right. It just feels good to win a game. I don't care who it's against. Winning a football game
Congrats,
is a fun
buddy.
feeling.
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, man. It doesn't matter who it's against to me.
Jake's finally learning what football's like without a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's having a rough go of it. He's not like me and Miller. He's not used to the depression, so
listen.
Gotta let him take his wins.
As a wise man once said, A win is a win is a win is a win.
Mm-hmm.
A win is a win. This is a win.
You play to win the game.
Matt LaFleur finally decided that Aaron Jones existed, and Aaron Jones, outside of the fumble, was very good Sunday. He was very good. Nobody else can really run the football on the Packers. Emmanuel Wilson had 43 yards, and AJ Dillon
on 4 carries.
Yeah, maybe he's good. I don't know.
Aaron Jones averaged 3.6 yards a carry.
AJ Dillon sucks.
AJ Dillon sucks. I knew this. I wanted Cam Akers. I said this on this podcast.
Cam Akers is great.
Say I want Cam Akers.
I remember that.
Never. Luke Musgrave sighting. Love to see that. 3 catch, 51 and a tutty.
Leading receiver.
Didn't Christian Watson die in this game?
1 catch for 37 yards. Yeah.
Didn't he die on that one catch?
Yeah, because he went to the locker room with a chest injury, a back injury, a concussion, and a bruise.
He got killed. Yeah.
Who did him?
It has to be Aaron Donald, right? Did he just run over the middle?
It was the fucking ghost of Dick Lane.
Fucking maybe.
I think it was Kobe Durant.
Oh.
Because Kobe Durant also got knocked out of the game. I think they collided.
Bro got fucked up by a corner wearing the number 14.
Anthony Johnson Jr. interception. You'll love to see that. Anthony Johnson Jr. off of a fantastic play by Jair, where Brett Rippon tried to loft the ball over him, and he leaped up and tipped it, and Anthony Johnson picked it. It was good. Love was okay. I mean, nothing special, but he managed the game well. Didn't throw any picks, which was good. Made the good decisions. So, yeah. I mean, the Rams' defense is pretty meh. Aaron Donald is so annoying, and I hate him. When my team is playing against him, I hate him. But
he's so good.
Aaron Donald versus Josh Myers did not go well.
It was pretty great to watch.
Remember when everyone was having that conversation, is Aaron Donald even still one of the 2 best defensive tackles?
I think Dexter Lawrence is better than Aaron Donald at this point in his career.
It's so funny how expectations change around players. Like Mahomes, statistically speaking, he's still having a damn good quarterback season. He's not playing bad. Right.
Better than most.
And looking at his season, it's God, this has been a disappointment. He sucks. What's wrong with him? Fix Mahomes. He's broken. And Aaron Donald, when he wasn't the second coming of Christ, it was he sucks now. Chris Jones is God now.
So the Mahomes thing, it's when you actually watch the games, he's missing more throws than I've ever seen him miss. That's the difference. And I know a lot of that's he has shitty receivers, but non-accurate passes are different. And
I'm not saying criticism against Mahomes isn't valid. I'm just saying Mahomes' worst game is still 10 times better than a lot of quarterbacks' best game.
Yeah.
So my point is, it's just funny how expectations differ between tiers of players. For example, the game or the season Mahomes is having right now, if someone I don't know, say Jared Goff puts up a lot of really good stats. Say Derek Carr was having the season Mahomes is having right now. People would be talking about the Saints were fucking geniuses for going out and getting him in the offseason. Right. But because it's Mahomes and because he's having a human season, it's kill him. Get him off the field.
Because Mahomes isn't human. So he shouldn't be having human seasons.
True.
Them's the rules.
Shout out Byron Young and Kobe Turner combining for 3 sacks in this game. So, yeah. All right. Packers 20, Rams 3. Moving on. Sam Howell and the Commanders march into New England. Commanders 20, Patriots 17.
Sam Howell's so good, dude.
Sam Howell he's a good NFL quarterback. The interception was, I don't know what was going on there. That interception was horrendous. But, the interception was bad. But Sam Howell, I think, it might be too early, but I think he might just be the franchise quarterback in Washington.
The only thing that worries me about that is Taylor's oldest time, new head coach, new offensive coordinator. They want to pick their quarterback. Now, if the Commanders, if they're good enough,
not the head coach is Vienna, man.
That's
The
fair.
head coach
That's
is already in the building.
Right. That's the only way it's redeemable.
Yeah.
If they go with Bieniemy, sure. But in the off chance that they don't, say, you've got new ownership, maybe they just want to clear everybody out, which is definitely possible. Josh Harris might just say, I don't want any of these guys in the building anymore. I want to pick my staff from the ground up. I want my guys.
Well, or I don't know, Bieniemy gets a better offer from the Chargers, the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of teams who could fire their coaches. The Raiders, who already fired their coach.
Bills fire McDermott.
I think it's like the Andy Reid firing in Philly, where
I think
it's not that he's bad, but he's not.
I don't know. I think they'd be more likely to fire Ken Dorsey and then see what happens there.
Ken Dorsey should definitely be the first.
And then if getting rid of Ken Dorsey still doesn't fix the problem, I would say McDermott's hot seat starts next year.
So he gets 5 different coordinators to try to win a Super Bowl? McDermott's been there for more than Josh Allen's entire career.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, McDermott has never explicitly been the problem. And I feel like the Bills are an organization that are ran where they don't want to they don't want to solve problems that don't need fixed. There's a reason why McDermott's already had 4 offensive coordinators. They're cool with letting him play that out. I wouldn't see why one more would hurt, especially if the Bills are still in the playoffs this year, which I know isn't a guarantee. Bills miss the playoffs, different conversation. But if they do make the playoffs, I don't see why they would fire McDermott when it's very clearly been the offense's fault, and the offense isn't McDermott's wheelhouse. It's been the Ken Dorsey show, and it's his schematics and his unwillingness to run the football and his offense essentially being, hey, Josh, go play hero ball every down. And if you can't be perfect as a gunslinger, then we're going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being too optimistic for the sake of McDermott, but it's very clearly a Ken Dorsey problem. I think that's pretty apparent.
Well, I mean, it's not great that McDermott took over defensive play calling. I mean, I get there's injuries, but every team has those. That's not really an excuse we get to use. We've never let it be an excuse for the Niners or any other team, so I'm not letting it be for the Bills either. If I'm going to treat it the way we've treated every other team, his defense hasn't been good. And that he's a defensive coach and he took over play calling because Leslie Frazier was gone. So you're not a good play caller. Cool, you're good at keeping the team together, but at this point, is that what the team needs? I don't know. I think it's like the Andy Reid thing where he was incredible, but sometimes it's just time to move on, Sure. And that worked out better for both the Eagles and Andy Reid. I think the same thing could be said about McDermott. I also think Bieniemy could end up at another team in the NFC East, but I still think there's a good chance McCarthy gets fired.
I think it depends on how far Dallas goes.
When you lose in the first round off bad clock management again, it's time for McCarthy to go. And that's what's going to happen because the Cowboys aren't there. I have no more faith. But Commanders, I don't know. Mac Jones is bad. I'm going to keep harping on that. That's what I got from this game.
Yeah. That's about it. The Seahawks got absolutely pummeled by the Ravens.
Well,
I don't know what happened, man. This was Geno Smith disaster class. I mean,
all right, Jake, don't start. I swear to God, if you say it.
Oh, did somebody say Geno Smith disaster class? If only they had
an XFL level backup.
Only they had a backup
that belonged in the XFL.
Perfectly capable of running their offense, and if he had been here the whole time,
hold on. Nope, I'm not allowing this because you were trying to tell me before the season that Geno was better than Kirk. So stop. No,
Drew Lock.
No, Drew Lock doesn't deserve to ever play a game in the NFL, ever. Sorry. No, that's not. Drew Lock.
Yep,
you're ridiculous.
Drew Lock.
I do hope for both of you that we've through this point in the season, we're over the Gino's better than Kirk thing. But hey,
yeah, but
that was ridiculous.
I still stand by it not being ridiculous in the offseason, but with Kirk having a career year and Gino having a down year from last year,
so
I would say Kirk
based
is better
off
than
one
Gino
year
now.
where Gino was never better than a single season of Kirk's career, Gino was better, sure. Weird take. That's still the wildest shit. But the Seahawks are a good team, not a great team. The Ravens might be the best team in football. That is what this game was.
Yeah. I'm sad Leonard Williams didn't do much. I needed him to do more. I need him to fuel my narrative that trade wasn't actually that bad.
I love that Tyler Huntley threw more touchdowns than Lamar. That is the funniest shit.
How did that happen?
Because Lamar didn't throw one. It was in garbage time. Yeah.
Oh, they put Huntley in garbage time. Okay, I was just wondering how
garbage time, which was halfway through the third quarter.
Right. I was just wondering how the fuck Huntley got on the field.
I would be remiss if we did not mention a certain man.
I was gonna do that.
Carolina University.
Keaton Mitchell, have a day.
3 yards a carry for Keaton Mitchell.
9
carries,
for a $138.
Yards of study. They just couldn't run the football.
He's fast
with whoever is there. He's a fast dude. Gus Edwards averaged 10 yards a carry today.
Everyone except for Justice Hill is good in that backfield.
And Justice Hill's not even the worst. He's still better than Najee.
Yeah.
When your running back 4 is better than another team in your division's running back 1, I think you're chilling.
That's how I felt about the Bears versus the Vikings going into the season.
Well, and then we got Cam Akers, so it's okay.
So now your running back 1 is better than our running back 4.
Yeah. Well, except Cam Akers is down for the year. I stand by it's time to call that man that used to wear 28. It's time. Who else are you going to sign?
Adrian Peterson coming to play for the Vikings right now would be like that Tostinos commercial where Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice are running around out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But okay. Is it ridiculous to say that AP still might be an upgrade, though?
Yes.
I'm not going to make the comparison again. I already did it early in the episode with Trubisky.
It's fair. Oh God, But I kind of just want to see it for the meme. I just want to see it for the meme. Bring him back one final time.
Much respect to RB4 all time. No, he does not need to come back.
You're dropping him to 4? When did that happen?
I never dropped him to 4.
Yeah, you used to say 3. Because it was Barry, Walter, and AP were the 3 best. It's what you used to say.
Barry.
Okay, yeah, the halfback.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Running back. Yeah, so Jim Brown above AP, but in terms of pure halfbacks, yes, 3.
Gotcha.
Keaton Mitchell.
Oh my God.
Travis Homer.
Jake.
By the way,
and Adrian
I feel like we don't acknowledge this enough. The 3 greatest halfbacks of all time all played in the NFC.
And none of them were Packers.
The one team that doesn't have them are Packers, yep.
W's.
Packers don't even have somebody who comes close to the conversation, and I think that's incredible.
That's fair.
I will gladly
Eddie Lacy, though.
Year of Hall of Fame quarterback play. I will gladly take my 30 years of quarterback play. And
Eddie Lacy, the GOAT,
in
though.
And in everybody's case, except for Geeks, I will also take my Super Bowl in my lifetime. Actually, no, Miller hasn't had one either. So, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out the 3 running backs that Peyton, Sanders, and Peterson, they all have more swag in their left pinky toe than any of your quarterbacks have ever had, and they're also objectively better. Well, AP maybe not. 2 of the 3 are objectively better people than your quarterbacks. So shucks to suck.
Okay.
I win morally.
30 years of sucking, man. 30 years of just so many losing seasons.
You had 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterbacks and won 2 Super Bowls. Fucking loser.
Yeah, that's right.
Mahomes has been in the league for 4 and has as many Super Bowls. Congrats.
2 Super Bowls to show for it, and both quarterbacks are pieces of shit. With one being,
Mahomes has been for 4 years and already has more Super Bowls than both of your franchises. So I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
All right, can we move on to a real football game?
you claim is so good.
I
How
mean,
many does he have?
since the Super Bowl didn't exist for his whole career, he has multiple NFL championships. So fuck you. I win.
Brett Favre can win with the Packers, so why didn't have him with the Vikings?
Because Brett Favre did what he did for the Packers 24 times and just threw away the game. Here, other team, have
Yes,
it.
you should.
Remember, as Paul Allen said, you could have just taken a knee and attempted a 56-yard field goal. This isn't Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. Fucking moron. Brett Favre, dumbest quarterback to ever live, probably because he existed in Wisconsin for so long.
I'd just like to say, the Bears have the richest fullback history out of this group, therefore I win.
Jerome Felton, better. Jim Kleinsaucer, better.
John Kuhn.
No, fuck that guy.
No, John Kuhn was cool.
Yeah, no. Can we move on to a real football game and talk about Bucks Texans?
The end of this game was fun.
I loved this game, dude. It was so awesome to watch.
The last 2 minutes.
Oh,
CJ Stroud good. Bucks stink. That's my takeaway.
I don't really think the Bucks stink.
Game. No, the Bucks are kind of all right.
Like,
not stink, but they're not that good.
Baker led a game-winning drive, and then C.J. Stroud led a game-winning drive, and then Baker led a game-winning drive. Oh. It was fucking awesome. Who knew the best quarterback duel of the year would be Baker Mayfield and C.J. Stroud?
I'd just like to throw out there, I think my favorite part about this game is that last drive. Like I said, the last 2 minutes I watched with my dad.
Yeah.
And the last drive, I was half paying attention, and then I just hear my dad go, "Who the fuck is Tank Dell?"
Yeah.
and I had to explain to him. He's like, "Is that his God-given name?" And I said, "No, his God-given name's Nathaniel." And he goes, "Oh, I see why he goes by Tank."
I love it.
They had 3 guys go over 100 yards in this game.
Yeah.
Brown, 2 former Cowboys, and Tank Dell went crazy for the Texans this week.
I mean, C.J. Stroud just had the greatest rookie quarterback performance of all time, and it's not debatable.
Nico Collins is pretty good.
Love Nico.
Everyone's
Collins.
saying the Texans need a real wide receiver 1. They have.
They got it.
Noah Brown.
Legit.
Noah Brown.
No. Nico Collins is legit. He's a number 1 receiver.
So is Tank Dell, and so is Noah Brown. We all talked so much shit about this Texans receiving core, as a whole. We all, we had, whatever. Nico can be good. Maybe Tank can be good. I hope John Mechie. That's kind of how we all said it. But, they don't really have the weapons. Turns out they have the weapons, which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, Texans, Miko good, Stroud good, every single person who catches the football for them good, apparently. Bucks defense really just got torn apart. So,
You know who didn't get torn apart? You know who looks really good right now?
Baker.
Well, I meant on the Bucks defense specifically.
Okay.
Mr. Kalijah Kancey. He's been quietly hooping since he came back from his injury. I've been meaning to make a video on him.
I saw a bunch of Bucks fans on Twitter calling him the worst first-round pick of all time.
Those Bucks fans are wrong and don't understand football. They see defensive linemen not get sacked, they think he's bad, but they don't understand pressure. Oh, he did get one?
Yeah.
Well, then they're even more wrong, but they don't understand how pressures or winning reps or playing run defense work.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Loved that game, though.
I don't think they understand how defensive linemen that don't weigh 500 pounds work.
Probably not.
Which is okay, because we love Vita Vea. What game?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the bad man.
Well, then let's talk about Josh Dobbs, because Clayton Tune didn't really do great taking over for him.
Who's the bad man? Aaron Rodgers is the bad man.
No, the other type of bad, because Cardinals Browns is our next game.
Oh, you mean how many touchdowns did he throw?
2.
One of them was just pure luck.
Yeah, it bounced off 4 helmets.
The Amari Cooper one was just...
Yeah, that's not a Deshaun Watson touchdown. That's an Amari Cooper touchdown. Let's be real here.
The answer's the same thing with this game as it is with every Browns game. Browns defense great. Deshaun still sucks. Cardinals really not good without Kyler, though.
But it's okay.
The Cardinals are going to put themselves out of Marvin Harrison Jr. in these next few weeks, which I'm okay with because I want Kyler to prove that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC still.
Marv is mine.
So, yeah. Shout out Jerome Ford. Shout out Jerome Ford.
Sure.
Do you have a good game?
Oh, actually, hold on. Did I see that right? No way. Yeah, shout out Dalvin Tomlinson for 2.5 sacks. Goat.
Big boys.
That's all I got. Jesus Christ. Clayton Tune got sacked 45 times.
I don't know if that's right.
He got sacked a lot. Yeah, it was a rough defense to go against in his first NFL start. Really rough defense to go against.
I don't blame him. I have nothing to add.
I didn't either.
Deshaun Watson, he sucks doo-doo ass water.
True. Speaking of sucks, Bryce Young.
Kenny Moore. 2 pick sixes in the same game.
Kenny Moore putting the team on his back. And by the team, I mean the Bears.
Oh.
I love Kenny Moore.
Kenny Moore scored more points than the rest of the Colts offense did.
He also scored more than the Panthers.
I'm glad we had a big Kenny Moore game this season. The world needed a big Kenny Moore game.
We really did.
I feel so bad for Bryce Young. He's getting so bullied. It's not his fault, and it's so not his fault that Stroud is this good. Like, Bryce Young is in the worst situation. It's almost like maybe you shouldn't trade away, a top 15 wide receiver to... What the fuck just happened?
Who do you guys think? Miller, I know you're not looking at the box score, but Hayden Hurst and Adam Thielen were obviously the top 2 receivers for the Panthers.
Thielen, I get it. He's the only actual wide receiver they have. Like, he can't separate anymore, but you can just put the ball near him.
He had one less catch. He had one less catch and one less yard than Adam Thielen. But who do you think was the third?
Please tell me it was like Ian Thomas.
Ian Thomas had 0 catches in this game.
Oh, my heart. Hold on.
I don't think you know who this person is.
I don't know. I didn't know who this was until I opened the box score.
Is it a receiver?
I don't know.
I actually have no idea. He's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
Fuck.
It's not Tommy Tremble.
No, I know it's not Tommy Tremble. They got another one. Hold on. I know this.
He's looking it up. I can see him typing on his phone. I see the look down to the right, bro. I see it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have known Stephen Sullivan. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bullshit that.
Yeah, nobody does, bro. There's no way.
Nobody knows who Stephen Sullivan is.
Hey, Raheem Blackshear had a catch.
Yeah, dude. Panthers bad, lose game. Colts
mediocre, win game because they play
Panthers bad.
Team.
Yes.
Okay. The interim head coach never fails.
Well,
Raiders 30, Giants 6.
It helps when
that he was playing against Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, when Daniel Jones rips his ACL in half.
Tommy DeVito. Which, by the way, Daniel Jones, so sad.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
New York will be moving on. At least he got his bag.
That's true.
Yeah, he gets the bag. Well, we had the first Josh Jacobs game of the year.
True.
I think.
Finally.
I don't know if it's the first one, but we had Josh Jacobs game.
Well, did we? He's still averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, but he got in the end zone. That's all I care about.
Yeah, he's back to normal Josh Jacobs, which is mediocre and not as good as everybody's pretending. He was great last year, but...
Can we just talk about how funny of a concept Tommy DeVito is for a second? He is the most Italian NFL player ever. Like, if you were writing a book about stereotypes. You had to come up with a stand-in for an Italian man. You cannot tell me that character would not be named Tommy DeVito. Or like Vinny DeVito. Or something along those lines. Like, it would be very...
No, it'd be Giorgio
very
Tavecchio,
similar.
let's be real.
That's something that just went over my head, I'm sure.
Yeah. The
old Raiders quarterback, kicker. His nickname was literally Italian Ice.
Yeah. Tommy DeVito played college football an hour away from hometown.
Quarterback famously picked above Brady, Giovanni Carmazzi.
At Syracuse University.
Yeah, I love Tommy DeVito.
Illinois.
I want Tommy DeVito to be the for the Giants so
he's not.
bad. I know he's not, but I want him to be so bad just because of how funny it would be to have literally the quarterback of the New York Football Giants being the most Italian man possible.
Dude, the Raiders
feel like the Giants are ran by the mob, and it would be so funny.
So, what the fuck?
The Raiders had one receiver get more than 2 catches in this game.
They'd be spreading the love.
That was obviously Devontae.
Yeah.
4. Shout out Max Crosby, 3 sacks. 3 sacks for Max Crosby. Shout out that guy. And not much else to say about that one. It was a stinker.
Yeah, not a great game.
NFC East go Burr with Eagles 20, Cowboys 23.
Very fun game.
Very fun game.
Yeah.
Dak did not play horrible. He did not play horrible.
Yeah.
I thought Jalen Hurts' knee exploded. That was scary.
Yeah.
Hey, that dude's playing on one leg, bro. Shout out to him.
Dallas Goedert's arm did explode.
Yes, that was terrifying.
The upper arm fracture. Not good.
Yeah, I
not good.
Watched the dude grab him, and the way he rolled, I was like, yep, his arm just snapped in half. Ugh.
Yeah.
That was not ideal.
100-year-old Brandon Graham is still at it with a sack and a half for the Eagles defense.
Brandon Graham, he was hooping, yeah.
He's the GOAT.
Jacoby did something, didn't he?
He had half a sack.
Yeah. Eagles I think the Eagles are pretty legit. I think that I'm not sure they're as good as they were last year per se, but I still think their path to the Super Bowl might not be the hardest this year.
They're probably still the best team in the NFC.
If
the NFC does not look
their shit out, the NFC is theirs very easily.
They're not gonna. Brock Purdy's bad. I win.
Yeah, the Niners in their current state are probably. Yeah, the Niners in their current state, the Eagles would.
Yeah.
The Eagles play the Niners. That'll be a fun game.
Yes. Also, I'd like to throw out there, Billy's RB1 scored a touchdown in this game.
You're right. Jalen Hurts did score a touchdown in this game.
Racist.
Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell scored a touchdown.
Rashad Penny didn't score. What the fuck are we on about?
Rashad Penny. I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about him getting hurt, but I actually legitimately feel bad for him.
I'm so mad. They should cut him so he can go be RB1 for the Vikings. That's what I think. Yes. I don't know.
Would he really? Madison's on my fantasy team. Would he really?
Madison's also on my fantasy team. Hey, don't worry. Madison was the Vikings' leading receiver this week, so it's okay.
Yippee! He had 1 catch for
No, he had 2 for 60 something.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and a touchdown.
Eagles Cowboys was fantastic. Eagles are legit. Speaking of teams that are kind of back in their groove, the Bengals are 5-3 somehow. After all that, they're just 5-3. They beat the Bills. They're back. Josh Allen threw another dumb pick.
Josh Allen's Bozo G needs to be studied.
It needs to be studied.
He just borrowed it from Brett Favre, dude. That's it.
True. Someone's gotta have it. It's like a curse.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how like in Mario Kart you got that little cloud above your head, and if you bump into somebody else, it transfers it over. I think that's just what Brett Favre has been doing ever since he left the league. Is some quarterback gets it and then passes it off to somebody else with like a handshake or something.
Yeah.
I'd just like to throw out there, Haley, if you're listening, I'd never throw a turnover like that in prime time.
No, it'd be much worse. The arm strength from Miller would be incredible.
If they put you out there on prime time, you know exactly what would happen.
Yeah, I'd hand it to Reggie Gilliam every play.
Like
You'd fumble the snap.
He does. Reggie Gilliam does see the field.
You'd fumble the snap.
Have you ever taken a snap, like actually?
I've been on both ends of a snap, yes.
You know that video of
in a game, not like at the park with your friends, like in real football. Have you ever taken a snap, like an actual snap under center?
I did in practice.
So no.
Okay. Here's the best way I can describe what would happen. You know that video of Daniel Jones when he was looking at the Niners defense? That would be Miller. Just.
I'd simply.
It wouldn't because he wouldn't be able to see over the damn offensive lineman. He'd be.
If Bryce Young can see over the lineman, I can see over the lineman. Okay.
He'd just be bouncing up and down trying to see what the linebacker do and just.
No, I'd be under center. I'd be IDing the mic. I'd be picking up on blitzes. I'd call an audible, and then I'd just hand it off to Reggie Gilliam.
You'd fumble the exchange. I almost guarantee you'd fumble the exchange.
Reggie wouldn't let me. Reggie wouldn't let me.
That's not how that works at all.
I'm just saying, Haley, if you're listening, I wouldn't do that.
I'm moving to back a game. Did you guys see AJ Brown try to kill DeAndre Swift?
No, but that's really funny.
No, so there was weird motion on a run play that had AJ Brown. AJ Brown forced a fumble on DeAndre Swift. He knocked DeAndre Swift out. Like he went good night. It was the wildest play. I'll send it to you later. But yeah, the Bills are not a good football team. They're very poorly constructed. They don't have an offensive line. Their run game is bad. They entirely rely on Josh Allen to play hero ball. And when that doesn't work, it's game over. This is a bad football team in every way. I think we talked about McDermott. I think it might actually be time to move on from Bean, their GM. This is an awful roster.
Yeah.
This is very poorly constructed.
It's poorly constructed and it's very old with no depth.
Yeah.
That's the big issue.
It's time to move on from him, just like the Vikings did with Spielman, and then it's time to move on from basically the entire defense.
Yeah.
Old men don't win you football games. Unless they're quarterbacks.
Yeah. True.
That's what I know.
All right. Yeah. All right, what else do we got here?
Herbert's bad.
Oh, I mean, hey, shout out T. Higgins, first of all.
True.
Oh, yeah.
8 catches, 110 yards. All right, final game before we go into our week 10 picks. The Chargers, the Jets are...
I'm not going to pretend like I watched this game.
Jets defense is great.
Their offense is terrible. Their offense just sucks, man. It can't be consistent with Zach Wilson. Justin Herbert also kind of stunk.
Badly.
136 yards passing. Justin Herbert had to get carried by the touchdown merchant, which is a sad thought, but it's the reality we're living in now, where Justin Herbert gets carried by Austin Eckler.
Except he didn't. Eckler had 47 yards on 14 carries. Bro was averaging 3.4 yards.
I meant in the sense that he actually scored touchdowns and Herbert threw 0.
Yeah, well, it's because Sauce to go.
The scoring. Yeah. Quentin Johnson, 1 carry for 2 yards.
Let's go.
Cringe.
He's arrived. Do you have any catches? 2 for 14. Oh my gosh, he is here. Keenan Allen had maybe catch of the year.
Yeah,
so
that was
we can talk
nuts.
about Keenan Allen still being pretty good.
I'm just more offended that he was so wide open and Herbert threw the worst pass of all time for it to be like that. I don't know why
Herbert
the catch had to look like that.
To be good.
I don't think Herbert wants to be good. I don't know. Herbert hates this narrative that he's good. He's trying to look bad. There are expectations that people think I'm good.
He's going to start playing horribly just so everybody gets low on him, and then he's going to go back to what he was doing so he can be like, look at me, I faced adversity, look at me. But yeah, this is a very sloppy game, as have all primetime games been all year. But the Chargers are just pretty
Vikings-Niners was awesome. Talking about bad about all primetime games.
I'm convinced it didn't actually happen. It was just a figment of our imagination.
Bro's just mad my team won.
Did they?
Yeah. The Vikings beat the Niners.
Did you imagine that?
I didn't imagine it.
I feel like you might have.
You're crazy. That never happened.
Oh yeah.
That never happened.
Don't let your friends tell you that it happened. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't know you
Your
like I
friends-
do. They don't know.
Your friends don't know you like the North guys know you.
Yeah, no, they're
I
lying
hate
to you.
the
Don't
Run the
let,
North guys, not gonna lie.
they're lying
Wake up,
to you
wake up,
and
wake
turning
up,
you
wake up,
against
wake up.
us.
Wake up.
This is enough.
You have to let go. The accident wasn't your fault.
You
So
have to let go.
real quick, we should go over the fantasy league before we speed run our picks.
I was just about to do that.
Sick.
Okay. So J Pow NFL has reclaimed his number one spot. I'm in third in the league. I feel pretty good about that. I'm in third. Miller surpassed Geek in the fantasy league standings wise.
Tough.
Because I just beat Geek.
I lost by like a point. I'm so sad. All because
Geek is
Lamar
4-5.
had his worst game of the year.
Me and Miller are both 2 games up on Geek in this fantasy league. So
It's okay though.
give
AJ
ourselves
Dillon
a-
is no longer a starting running back for me because I just traded for
Never should have been.
somebody. I made.
Did you trade 4 games or trade 4 digs or trade away digs?
I traded away Diggs.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were. I read that wrong because I thought you were taking advantage of someone being at the bottom and taking away their best player. But I see what you're doing.
No,
now.
I needed a running back. So
I get you.
and I have Puka and Mike Evans and Debo Samuel. So like I'm chilling at receiver.
See, that's why I traded away AJ Brown because I was in the same situation with AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, and DJ Moore.
So give me Joe Mix. I also ended up with Jonnu Smith, who I'm trying to turn into DeAndre Hopkins. We're gonna see if that works. Trying to cook Hammy. It's gonna be fun. Because he has Dallas Goedert, which means he doesn't have a tight end. So
J Pow NFL is once again the king of the Run the Fantasy League. Still only has 1 loss on the year.
tough.
So Geek may be last out of the 3 of us in the fantasy league, but looking over at our picks leaderboard, Geek at 80 and 56 is our leader. I'm at 76 and 60, and Miller is at 75 and 61. It's a close race.
I'm trying to be different with these picks.
Miller's been too cute about it.
Miller's gonna turn around and go 16-0. No, whatever. Like
Promise you he's not.
13-0.
I'm definitely not. I don't think that's possible.
Probably not. I don't know if anyone has ever.
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
Let's pick some games.
Miller just wants to talk about his team because they're first.
No, I'm sleepy.
So a game. We'll pick a game. I'm sleepy too. Let's pick a game that I will be in attendance for. The Bears and the Panthers. Bears,
First
Panthers.
time I can say Bears without being biased in a while.
In Chicago, give me the Bears. Justin Fields return. Give me the Bears.
Jake, why are you going to be at this game?
So I'm going to be in Chicago.
Tomorrow?
Well, I leave Thursday morning, get there Thursday morning. It's like an hour and a half flight from where I live. Yeah, I will
Dubs.
most likely be at this game. Yeah. You going Bears too? Are you gonna complete?
No, I'm going Bears. Yeah.
The boys. Okay.
Yep.
Well, now they're gonna lose because we all picked them, which is good. Colts Patriots
Patriots.
in Germany. Gets to be our 9:30 game this time. Colts Patriots. Give me. Yeah, I'll probably also take the Patriots. I think here.
I'm taking the Colts. They're the better football team right now.
Yeah, but Bill Belichick's job's on the line according to Twitter, so
No, it's not. Anyone saying that is a moron.
Twitter means nothing to me. What means something to me is Gardner Minshew is better than Mac Jones. That's what means something to me.
Yeah, Browns Ravens rematch. I'm taking the Ravens because they're the best team in football.
Yeah, it's the Ravens.
The Ravens also.
Man, this is too much in agreement. Oh, here we go.
Jake has been consumed by the void.
No,
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. The camera's just fucked up, and it's pretty great.
Okay, so you can't see what I'm doing. All right, I'm wearing the sunglasses because Packers Steelers. Give me the Green Bay Packers, baby. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, give me the defense. Give me the defense. Give me the Steelers.
Ooh, good one. 49ers Jags. This is a good one.
Give me the Niners.
I'm taking the Niners.
Y'all refuse to learn your lesson about picking against the Jags. Give me the Jags.
Even a sleeping on the Jags thing. It's just Niners bounce back after the bye week. Gonna go crazy.
Jags also coming off a bye week.
Yeah, but
give me
the Niners
Jags.
Are cooler.
But the Jags have a real quarterback, so
yeah.
Niners have a real everything else. Plus Chase Young, go Burr.
True, he does.
Let's see about if the Jaguars remember to play football this week or not.
Talk about the Geeks team. Derek Carr versus Joshua Dobbs, the barn burner of the year.
Saints.
Give me the Saints. Yeah.
Give me the Vikings at home against a not good Saints team.
Texans Bengals. I want to do it so badly. And I'm going to. Give me the Texans.
Bengals good win game.
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Titans versus Buccaneers. Levis Mayfield.
Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
I'm gonna take the Bucks, I think. Lions Chargers.
I want to.
Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions as well. Oh man.
Icky.
Very icky. Falcons Cards. Kyler's return. I'm taking the Cardinals, baby. Give me Kyler 300 plus passing yards. Give it to me. Give me the Cards.
Give me the Cardinals also as well.
Yeah. It's Cardinal time.
Lock of the week for me, Giants Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah.
This would be the game they lose, but give me the Cowboys.
I am also taking the boys.
I'm 0 for 1 on locking the Cowboys this year, so.
That's true, but I don't think Tyrod's back, so Tommy DeVito is gonna die against that defense.
We love Tommy DeVito.
Tommy Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a bounce back game if I've ever seen one.
Right game for the Seahawks?
Yeah.
I think so. Well, DK Metcalf versus Emmanuel Forbes.
That's tough. That's
legal
rough.
assault, as Trevor Penning would say.
Legal assault, yeah. Jets versus Raiders. Give me. I'm gonna say the interim coach.
Give me the Raiders.
The interim coach.
I don't know who to pick with this one, man. I've been struggling.
Speaking of the Jets, I just want to throw out there, shout out to that Packers fan that really thought Rodgers faked his Achilles tear because the Packers wanted, or the Jets wanted the Packers to get a worse pick.
Here's what I'll do. I'll suffer a major, potentially season-ending injury, and then I'll do the math on when I need to come back to screw the Packers out of a pick.
I don't get why people are acting like it's impossible for a not super mobile quarterback to come back in 6 months when Cam Akers, a running back, came back from an Achilles tear in 5.
And let's just remember that, like, Rodgers has proved in games past that he doesn't need to be able to move to play quarterback.
Like, I think Rodgers could play tomorrow if we were really caring.
He doesn't need to be able to move.
The issue is the Jets are just still on pace to be as good as the Bills right now, so they don't need to have him back yet.
As long as you give him, like, 2 seconds to throw, which with the Jets O-line is a stretch, but as long as you give him 2 seconds to throw, he can get
I'm also taking the Raiders, by the way. I hadn't said that yet.
We get to watch them on Monday night against Russ. So
you give me the Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
This ain't a get right game. I don't know what is.
I don't know if the Broncos defense plays the way they played against Mahomes. Could be a new world.
Maybe. But those are our Week 9 picks, and that is our show. We would like to thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Run the North podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media pages, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at Run the North Pod. Be sure to support the podcast on your listening platforms wherever you can, Spotify, all those other good things, Apple Podcasts. Give us a rate and a review. Help us out. That would be greatly appreciated. And from me, the guy playing Smash right now, the guy in the Kyler Murray jersey. We'll see you next week.
Bye.